Salut à tous.
Hello everyone, happy to see you again after 2 weeks of absence for some health reasons. I hope you enjoyed the presence of my colleague Razia Athman. This is your favorite program, Football Planet, and it's on Africanews, your Pan-African channel. Next are the titles. The just concluded Ivory Coast Football Federation elections saw Didier Drogba lose to clinch the top seat. The former captain of the Elephant only managed to get few support from the federation members, and a blow to the former Chelsea striker who sees his candidacy seriously compromised. A year ago, Algeria rediscovered the taste for being the winner in the African Cup of Nations in Egypt. A year later, the Algerians are still struggling to achieve the best from themselves, according to Djamel Belmadi. We will discuss this with this show with Algerian colleague Adel Haji. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang sent us into the FA Cup final, a double scorer against Manchester City. The Gabonese striker helped the Gunners reach European qualifications. They'll face Chelsea, the Blues. We'll talk about it at the end of the broadcast. More to follow after these summaries.
Le développement de tout ça juste après cette petite virgule. Bienvenue dans cette émission.
Welcome to this show. He is undoubtedly the greatest legend of Ivorian football, but his charisma as an emblematic player does not seem to have the same dimension as his influence as a retiree. Drogba rallied to head the Ivorian Football Federation for only to realize that the two realities are different. The former captain of the Elephants saw his candidacy for the presidency reach a dead end after the Ivorian Football Association turned its back on him. A snub that could host the former Chelsea striker, Dialli, Ignatius Anor and Narcisse Ndoumbe, with more details.
Didier Drogba's bid to run for the presidency of the Ivorian Football Federation faces setback. The former captain of the Elephants, who was seeking sponsorship for his country's top football job, failed to secure the support of the Association of Ivorian Footballers. This means the former international striker will not be able to count on the support of his peers of the association, of which he is one of the vice presidents. A setback for Drogba's bid for the presidency of the Ivorian Football Federation. The group has decided to support another candidate, Idriss Diallo, an alternative to Sori Diabate, successor to the outgoing Augustin Sidi Diallo, who is not seeking re-election. The decision to support Diallo is in line with recommendations by 2/3 of delegates at the end of their July 10th meeting, the association said. For now, Didier Drogba may likely bank on the support of the Association of Sports Doctors to keep his hopes of becoming the Ivorian Football Federation's president alive.
And we hope for Didier Drogba that the association will come to his aid at one point, but it is still far from being won by the top scorer of the Ivorian selection. The coming weeks may be very long for Drogba and his camp. We stay on the continent, but this time we are heading to Algeria. Just a year ago, the Phoenix ascended the African throne. Opposed to Senegal, Djamel Belmadi and his troops offered their country the second win in its victory 29 years later after the first win. A CAF win in Egypt that still resonates in people's mind, and if it were yesterday, unforgettable moments for Algeria still at the top. The whole country and its coach share these fascinating memories. Michael Oduor and William Oduor with more details. A year on, after lifting the African Cup of Nations trophy in Cairo, Algerian national coach Djamel Belmadi reflected on the joyful memories that brought pride to the Desert Warriors. A memory of lifting the trophy, a national team, a country, an emblem, and a flag, and a captain too, who has saved this title. We started with 24 teams, with all the biggest teams in Africa, and finally, we held the trophy. It's an enormous feeling.
Et puis finalement, c'est nous qui levons ce trophée-là, donc ce sentiment-là aussi est énorme.
Speaking about star forward Riyad Mahrez and criticism over his performances in the national side, Belmadi admitted he didn't understand why he couldn't reach his limit. Riyad Mahrez, for me, I really don't understand why he wasn't sparkling with the national team. It's what he was doing with his club. The 45-year-old has now set his sights on qualifying for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. And yes, we hope that the Fennecs, the Algerians, will qualify for this World Cup in Qatar. We are now heading to Algiers to find more details from our colleague Adel Haji. Welcome to this show, Adel. How can you illustrate this feeling, still present even a year after the Algerian team won?
What we can say is that already the players, the national team and the public have regained confidence in the Algerian national team, which had lived through several years of drought. Remember that in 2017, during the AFCON, the Algerian national team came out in the first round. 1 year later, in June 2018, when the federation hired Djamel Belmadi, everyone said that the Algerian team was finished after it failed AFCON in 2017. But Belmadi knows the house very well as a former international player who played for the Algerian team in the early 2000s and knew how to straighten the bar, how to restore confidence for this team with players who were there before. But he has also been able to restore confidence among the players by strengthening the squad with 2 or 3 local players. Belmadi has been able to give that confidence to players who have for the first time won all 7 games of this 24-team AFCON for the first time. Winning the AFCON, beating Senegal twice in the first round and in the final is really something exceptional for a team that has come back from afar.
And yes, you talked about confidence. Do you have the feeling that things have changed and that Algeria still has the means to stay at the top of continental football?
Listen, watching Algeria's matches after the 2019 African Cup of Nations, Algeria played against Colombia, one of the best teams in the world. And to win against Colombia 3-0 in a friendly match means everything, I think. It means that the players, teammates of Mahrez, Benacer, Slimani, knew how to win, how to progress with his victory in the AFCON. Let's not forget also that on a personal level, the Algerian players also knew how to give the best of themselves in their clubs after the AFCON. See Riyad Mahrez in Manchester City, where he's playing excellent games. We also look at Ismail Benacer, the best player of the AFCON 2019, who was transferred from AC Milan last August, just after AFCON. And there now. He's having a very good season with AC Milan. There's also Slimani, who had a very good season also with AS Monaco by scoring 8 or 9 goals. All this proves that the Algerian players have been able to gain much more confidence, and this is a preparation for the deadlines. I mean, the qualifiers for the 2022 AFCON and the qualifiers for the 2022 World Cup.
And in summary, do you see the Algerian team even higher?
I am looking forward to a lot of improvements, especially with Djamel Belmadi, with his rigor, with his seriousness and the confidence he instills in the players, and much more with the relationship between him and his players.
Thank you very much, Adel, and see you very soon.
Adel Haji, journalist Algerian.
That was Adel Haji, Algerian journalist who just talked to us about this first anniversary of the Algerian AFCON win in Egypt on July 19th, 2019. Let us now head to Europe, and we start with this good performance by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. The Gabonese striker hit at the Manchester City on Saturday to offer Arsenal a place in the FA Cup final. The Panthers captain split a double for a sensational 2-0 win for the Gunners. Ivorian Nicolas Pepe's teammates will face their London neighbour Chelsea in the final. The Blues took out Manchester United and won 3-1 in the second semi-final on Sunday. This win now presents us a London derby to be held in August 1st at Wembley.
En Espagne, vous le savez peut-être, le
In Spain, as you may know, Real Madrid finished its job after a perfect recovery. They managed to beat Villarreal 2-1 Thursday, which gave them their 34th La Liga victory. This also serves as the 11th title for Zinedine Zidane as a coach. But after the win, the uncertainty lingers after a vague statement by the French technician on Saturday. Happy in Madrid, but not assurance for the future.
Mais aucune assurance pour la suite.
Yo estoy aquí, ¿sabes? Pero nadie sabe lo que...
I have a contract here, but you never know what will happen.
Del próximo año.
I am not talking about what's going to happen next season or the following year.
Yo estoy a gusto.
I have a contract. I am happy here, and I'm very happy with what I'm doing, but you never know what will happen in football. That's why I feel so relaxed with my future, because in the world of football, things could change overnight. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I am happy with what I'm doing here, and we will see how long things will go.
Et une seule certitude, Zizou sera bien sur le banc Madrid.
One player, Zizou, will be on the Madrid bench in the final return to Manchester City on August 7. The same day, Olympique Lyonnais will visit Juventus. Next day, August 8th, we'll have Bayern Munich, Chelsea and FC Barcelona Napoli to complete the table schedule in Lisbon, Portugal, from August 12th to 23rd.
Portugal du 12 au 23 août.
And then in Turkey, Istanbul Basaksehir won Sunday his first Champions title, a title that is won with the help of Senegalese striker Dembaba. The club's top scorer with 12 goals. Two other Africans are also among the champions. They are the Cap Devian, Carlos dos Santos Rodrigues, Dis Bok, and Nigerian Azabuika Godson Okosechukwu. Note that the Senegalese striker Papis Demba finished second in the ranking of the top scorer of this 2020 Super League. So this brings us to the end of this week's program. You can still join us next week, Football Planet next week, and also join us on our website www.africanews.com. See you next week. Ciao.